Hey guys, what's up? Capcom's panel at San Diego Comic-Con just ended, and in it they talked a lot about Mega Man 11's development, but they also revealed the next Robot Master. And it is...
TorchMan, little man. Time to bring things to a boil.
It's TorchMan, little man! So there you go, the Fire Robot Master in Mega Man 11 is indeed named TorchMan. So TorchMan in the Mega Man NT Warrior dub and TorchMan in Mega Man 3 DOS now has an official counterpart. Cool stuff, man. As for his moveset, there was some gameplay that was shown, but unfortunately they were not allowed to record it. Alrighty then, I'm just gonna cut in here because while I was editing the video, Capcom posted the big old blog post and the footage for TorchMan. So here we go. We're gonna read through this entire blog post like we did at Blastman before, and let's see what we can learn. Summertime. There's nothing quite like the great outdoors, is there? You can join the Metals as they sing campfire songs, roast s'mores by the fire of enroaching flame walls, and dodge mechanical spiders while you narrowly avoid being grilled on hot plates. Turns out camping is a little different when TorchMan is around. For our last update, we revealed Blastman and his volatile theme park, but the surprisingly cool-headed TorchMan trades out the densely packed corridors of an abandoned movie studio for a lush forest and campsite that he's turned into his personal training grounds to hone his fist of fire technique. The dense foliage may seem like a pretty unusual choice for a robot whose shoulders are quite literally ablaze, but before TorchMan turned evil, he used to teach campers about fire safety. What irony. Alright, so we got the introduction screenshot, then we have another look at TorchMan's stage, which is basically the campfire stage that we've seen a few times in trailers and the Game Informer coverage back in December. And there is indeed those mechanical spiders he was talking about. And it looks like the mushroom underneath is lighting up the platforms there, so they're probably going to be very hot to touch. Let's see what this says. Starting at the edges of a campsite, your walk in the woods is quickly interrupted by many robots littering the forest. With enemies both out and about under a twilight sky, and hiding away in tents propped up along your path, you will have to watch your step navigating the platforms and perils scattered around the stage. Further complicating things are heavily forested areas, preventing even the faintest of moonlight from shining through, and making platforms impossible to see. Fortunately, some friendly looking lantern shaped owls can help light your way, making it easier to see where you're headed. How helpful! Unfortunately, they also attempt to drip fiery globs of gas onto Mega Man, making it that much harder to get to where you're going. How awkward. In the next screenshot, we have the mini-boss, it looks like. Some kind of bird, that's for sure. Let's see what this says. About halfway between you and your mission to douse TorchMan is a scene of Metals gathered around a bonfire. It's interesting seeing so many of them not hiding underneath their helmets. Maybe they're only shy when Mega Man is nearby. The peaceful scene is quickly shattered by Sparky, a flaming turkey that's so fired up. The blaze on its back will absorb your Mega Buster shots. Erratically jumping around the arena, this flaming fowl lays eggs that hatch into smaller robots. So you have to watch your feet and put the speed gear to good use while focusing fire, or rather attacks, on its vulnerable areas. Once this mid-boss is cooled off a bit, unleash everything you got to roast it for good. Alright, a turkey mid-boss that's on fire. Nice. And this is a familiar screenshot. This is a literal wall of fire that chases you throughout the stage. There's a lot more to TorchMan's stage as well, with devious mazes to navigate and tricky platforms standing in your way as walls of flames bear down on you. If you're starting to feel the heat, rush is just a button press away. Use Mega Man's faithful robot canine to bounce up and away from difficult enemies, and activate the speed gear to give yourself a bit of extra time so you don't wind up charboiled. And now we have the description of TorchMan's actual boss fight. When you finally catch up to TorchMan, the woods ablaze behind him. You have to deal with much more than a bit of fire here and there. TorchMan is surprisingly nimble, showing that he's not just a disciple of fire, but a torch jutsu martial arts master as well. Time your jumps and slides well to dodge the fireballs, and maneuver your way around TorchMan's red hot kicks, while getting attacks in. Don't drop your guard, or else you might find yourself at the mercy of this robot master's fiery spirit when he loses his temper. So pretty much he's exactly like Ryu from Street Fighter, and just like Magma Dragoon from Mega Man X4. Keeping up tradition, huh? And then we got the picture of Mega Man's TorchMan power-up. And he literally looks like TorchMan from Battle Network. Or rather, Fireman from Battle Network. But you know, NT Warrior. Stamping out TorchMan will grant you the Blazing Torch, a weapon that diagonally fires a ball of red-hot fire into the air. Just like the Robot Master this weapon comes from, each flaming ball comes back crashing down as a searing projectile, reminiscent of TorchMan's blazing kicks. Using the power gear, you can supercharge the move to turn up the heat and fire off 3 projectiles at once. And here's the weapon in action. Oh, it comes down, I see like a little dragon head there, that's pretty cool. So basically it's a projectile that goes up and then it comes back down, just like his kicks in the footage. Aside from being a powerful weapon in its own right, Blazing Torch has plenty of other uses too. You get to try for yourself when Mega Man 11 comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on October 2nd. And that is pretty much it, man. The last image is just a full render of TorchMan. So that's all the information we're getting for now. There's no more mention like special modes or anything this time. It's just TorchMan himself, and it's looking interesting for sure. I am noticing that again with the Wall of Fire, they're definitely focusing a lot on like auto-scrolling sections, just a little bit. But it's only been 2 stages, that being said, so it's not too bad. But hey, you know that image that someone made a while back, guessing all the Robot Master names ahead of time? Well, we got 2 for 2, baby, because they guessed TorchMan as well. Other than that, guys, I'll leave you with the actual footage of the TorchMan fight. So I'll play that for you guys, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about the other news that Capcom announced at San Diego Comic-Con today. See you in a bit.
Perhaps you will be a challenge. Fall to the fist of flame! Hey! Hiya! Burn to it! Hey! Hi hi hi! Hey! Hiya! Hiya! Hi hi hi! Hiya! Burn to it! Hi hi hi! Hiya! Hi hi hi! Burn! Hey! Hi hi hi! Hiya! Burn to it! Hi hi hi! Hey! Hiya! Burn!
Speed gear!
Another cool thing that came out of the panel was that Udon did some nice little artwork for Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2 that you can see right here. Speaking of Udon, they had their own panel earlier today, and they announced that they are actually English translating Mega Man X Mega Mission, which is a manga that's been in Japan for a long time now, but it was never English translated. The story itself is based on the trading cards by Bandai of the same name, and the storyline takes place between Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3. The first full color issue, which is 48 pages long, will be available January 2019, so you can look forward to that as well. Other than that, guys, I'll let you know if more TorchMan information comes out. Stay tuned to ShadowRockZX for more on Mega Man 11 and Mega Man X, everything else Mega Man as well. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna get back to playing Mega Man X Legacy Collection. Until next time, rock on.